Hi guys, and welcome to the Rocket League Replays YouTube channel. Today, we want to present the video replay of the match between G2 Stride and Gentlemates Alpine during the Rocket League World Championship 2024. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like. Enjoy.
All right, guys, second match of the day, I feel personally is a banger, and it's all brought to you by Progressive. Can't wait to get into this one. We're gonna see, does G2 finally take down the Gentlemates, or does the win streak continue?
You know, G2 had a tough time in a couple of the games yesterday against Power, and we're still trying to figure out, is that because Power are playing at a completely different level? They do seem to be. Or are G2 still picking it up, still building it up? We even heard their coach Sathu say it at the start of the show. They know that they're going to finish the tournament strong. They know that they start slow, and they're not bothered by that. That's a big miss by Beast Mode, but luckily the rest of the team is here to help him out. Beast Mode, in particular for me, has been a bit of a slow start to this tournament. He had a massive goal or two yesterday, but Daniel has been filling the blanks. He looks brilliant.
Yeah, definitely been a slower start, but the fact that G2 as an entity are very aware that that's the route they're going this time, that's a good place to be at. However, at some point you do got to start ramping it up a little bit. This is the 2-0 round, so round 3, if you take this one, you're good. But I don't know. I mean, it's like you said, it's Daniel kind of really having to fill in these gaps that usually he doesn't have to do. And it's not that he's incapable of it. They just seem to be a little bit better when Beast Mode's a little bit more on the front.
You know, it's just been kind of how it went for G2 in both of the LANs in RLCS this season. Beast Mode was the star player early on, and then the whole team came together in the conclusion, the latter stages of LAN Championship Sunday, to put on a great performance. There's this guy, Seiko, that G2 fans are most afraid of. Oh, it's Itachi and Juicy combining for the goal, though. Assist from Juicy and a demo. He fires the ball to the G2 net. Demos Daniel on the turn, and Itachi with the tap in.
Oh man, you saw it in the back end too. I didn't even know who it was. It might have been Juicy. Went for that bump on it, and then it just left everybody defenseless once the last demo came through. So unfortunate for them. Great opener for the Gentlemates, but G2 looking to respond right here. Atomic takes his shot on in. Juicy carries this one out very peacefully into the mid, and it could be shot opportunity here from Itachi. Doesn't find it in. This one's just gonna go down to the ground, bounce back up with Atomic here. Very low boost, tried to get power on it with a musty, but Itachi took it away.
Yeah, it's looking good for Gentlemates so far. They have stopped most of G2's offensive presses, and going the other way, they look a little bit more dangerous in the start of game 1. I did barely have a chance to mention that Seiko seems to be the guy, well, at least that G2's biggest fan T-Base is most afraid of. He doesn't want to see Seiko at any point in this tournament. Well, he has to right now, and that is a pre-jump. Going into another pitch, it would seem, from G2. Will it get them scored on? No, it won't. They've got rotations coming through. They're going to keep it to 1 goal for now. Maybe something for Beast Mode on the counter-attack. Flip reset, denied by Seiko.
I like what I'm seeing right now from G2, and also back on the attack. Quick little attempt to cut them off there, but it's not going to be that easy. Beast Mode, no connect on that ball, means Seiko's going to be able to take it away through mid. Atomic makes the cut. The bump on him, though, allows Gentlemates to stay in this blue half, 50 in their favor. You see Juicy lurking, and I think G2 know you got to play a little bit of a slower, closer game against Gentlemates. They are pretty consistent as far as once they have that ball, it's going to be a big challenge to take it away from them. Beast Mode off the backboard, try to make a center, no connect.
Yeah, Juicy wanted to go up and over his own goal there, maybe just out into the midfield with an air dribble. Beast Mode's not having it. Early pre-jumps have been a big factor for G2. There's another one. It's Beast Mode again, trying to get the pre-jump started early in the series against the mates. No, not really on the same page as his teammates when he drives for these right now, but I do expect that to change, as they will connect to these more often than not.
Couple demos coming out in the back end too. Not too bad to take note of, but I want to see those demos be a little bit more intentional from G2. Minute 38 on the clock right here. Gentlemates still just leading by 1. Trying to turn this one into 2 as this one goes in the corner. Juicy got this one taken away from him. Seiko back to himself. And it's not a bad shout to waste time at this point, honestly.
Yeah. It's what Gentlemates do. They're known for winning by 1 goal. They're quite happy to play out patiently against any team in the world with a 1-goal advantage. It's always dangerous to play that game, but it's a game they've been playing all year long, testing shot. Beast Mode passes with flying colors, but you would expect him to. Now that we're well past warm-up time in game 1, it's an early morning. G2 said they don't like early mornings to start off with the tournament. And I don't think Gentlemates will be too happy with it either. I mean, this is the same situation for both teams. All about a chance for G2, but it's saved by Gentlemates.
Oh man, just keeping that defense very, very strong. Gentlemates, they've allowed G2 to take a couple of those quality shots at their net. However, again, the composure really is what is a big difference maker right here. Just a little bit more of it on the side of Gentlemates. Big bump there in front of the net, but G2's trying to carry this one. Orange side over one. Beast mode slows down. Tried to leave it for Atomic. I don't think he realized Atomic was low on boost right there. Couldn't get to it. Instead, Gentlemates take it away off the ceiling to the backboard. Is Seiko to himself and in.
Seiko with a ceiling double into a backboard triple tap, reads the downward bounce, and slots it past two G2 defenders. That is a massive change of pace by Seiko. Gentlemates have been slowing the game down, making it look like they're just going to hold on to this one-goal lead. Suddenly, a burst of acceleration by Seiko makes it 2.
Actually disgusting, but like you said, that is a great point to bring up, that this just completely changed the speed of what's going to be going on, because now you're on adrenaline. 10 seconds left on the clock right here. G2 going to try and find last moment efforts. They could have, but they didn't. 3 on the clock here. This one's bouncing in and out, and as soon as this hits the ground, there you have it. Gentlemates will take game 1.
You just tweeted something like, you know, see you tomorrow.
Oh, no. Seiko came in with the 4-0 and some emojis I can't say.
Back and forth. Okay, I didn't see that.
It was definitely back and forth.
I was surprised to see that. I mean, Sathi is usually so reserved off the pitch, not really an instigator, or at least not known as an instigator. But hey, I'm here for it. I always love to instigate myself, and therefore I respect anyone else who's willing to do so in the Rocket League scene. Gentlemates now looking to continue where they started, but it's up to G2 to retake control of the series. I think they just need a massive play. They need somebody to pop off, get that moment that can lift the momentum and get their spirits going.
And I think a lot of that, again, falls onto the shoulders of Beast Mode, whether it's just him feeding Daniel the ball, because maybe Daniel mentally might just be in a better position right now to be taking a lot of those challenges, but doing a lot of feeding plays might be the answer right here. Atomic lurked in the mid, able to slow things down just a tiny bit as Juicy works his way on through into that blue side there. Minute into this one, going scoreless.
Yeah, there's a bit of a double commit there from G2 on a free ball just moments ago. Didn't end up being too bad for them, but that's not a good sign moving forward. They're not really communicating as clearly as we're used to seeing from them. When they can connect, they're such a free-flowing offense. And they tend to be a team who's spread out around the pitch more, so it's rare to see double commits from G2. You know, that's more like something you'd like to expect to see from Falcons, FURIA, BDS, teams who really stack up one area of the pitch. G2 not really known to do that, and they are, in fact, trying to do that right now to get the game going in their favor.
Well, and that's where my hot take on them came in a little bit. It's not that I don't think G2 are bad by any means. You can tell that there's just something slightly off. They usually aren't the team to come in to an event slow and on a rise. They are that swinging out the gate, Falcons style, 10 out of 10 the whole way through. So to see G2 come in a little bit slower, it does worry you in a couple moments. However, it is winnable. Just over 3 minutes left here in this game number 2. Nobody's been able to find their way. I will say the fact that G2 has had more opportunities than they did in game number 1 to shoot is a good sign.
You know, they've just got to try and avoid those mistakes, avoid double committing, and try to keep the comms clean. Juicy flip reset, blocked pretty cleanly there by G2. Gentlemates, of course, known for their 50-50 game. They love to low 50 the ball. They love to try and even lose low 50s, if you want to call it that, deflecting the ball backwards to supporting teammates in rear positions. G2 will be well aware of that. They kind of fell prey to it in Copenhagen when the two teams matched up. Now they know that's something they need to watch out for.
Exactly. Itachi shot on target. Great save there from Daniel, but the follow-up, Seiko off the backboard, denies the double this time, but nobody was prepared for the follow from Juicy.
They're just swarming them. Seiko gets every G2 player into the air with a simple double tap pass into the middle. No one stayed grounded, no one ready to attack the follow-up ball. It was the easiest goal of the day there for Gentlemates. And G2, they're committing a lot more players to the ball than I'm used to seeing from them. I'm going to keep pointing it out because it does keep happening. They've got to stop this. They need to clear their comms and try to just know who is going. That's something that they're known for. Oh, that could be a chance. And it is a massive goal for G2. Beast mode to Daniel. And it was Daniel who set this one up as he bumped the goalie while the pass came in.
And this is what I said it needed to happen. It's going to be more about pinballing this ball around the Gentlemates defense to be able to get on through, because right now these solo plays, it is not it for them. But seeing Beast Mode and Daniel refine their synergy just a little bit there is great sign of life off the kickoff as this one goes into the hands of Seiko. It's taken away by Beast Mode himself. Tries to take it to the ground. Itachi loses it to Daniel. Daniel, everything in the tank, but can't make the angle.
Yeah, Daniel's looking deadly. He's been the guy for G2 so far this week. They need him to continue that, since they have really yet to hit their peak. Not even close, but they're in offense right now. This is where they love to play, of course. They're known as the best defense in the world because they just keep the ball away from their goal. And oh, that's a big miss. Beast Mode misread, but luckily Atomic's there behind him. Daniel taking over. Double commit from Gentlemates, but they recovered in different positions, so they're going to continue to pressure from multiple angles. Clean clear by Beast Mode.
An almost pretty dangerous situation there for Beast Mode as well. It didn't get that corner boost. Instead, Gentlemates are just collecting shots one after the other. Daniel popped that one up, and I think this is going to fall to Itachi. He does beat him out. And pass down over to Juicy, takes it up, actually leaves it for Seiko. And I saw the plan, I saw the idea. This time, though, G2 had it read.
That was a heavy commit by Gentlemates, but they've saved a little bit of boost in the tank to get back quickly. Still, Demo's landing for G2. Free ball in the middle. Juicy's boostless, but he makes his good save and a good clear as well. Juicy, really, with very little boost available, making a perfect play. Gentlemates now the other way. It's counter-attack central on Forbidden Temple.
Lots of quick challenges, too, from Beast Mode. I like what I'm seeing. Getting more involved. This one just skims across the goal line and around the corner, but they're sending it straight on back. He's trying to beat out the spawn in, but 30 seconds left on the clock right here. It's tied game. Beast Mode, low boost, around one. It's a dead ball on Itachi, and Daniel's going to try and sneak through, but he can't.
There's a big panic flip by Gentlemates, but they've gotten away with it. The ball's still in the back corner. Usually Gentlemates are quite comfortable with this position. Oh, what a 50 by G2! Masterfully done. Intentionally losing the 50 to the side, and it's a 2-1 lead. Daniel just perfectly finds Beast Mode in the middle.
Oh, that's just, it's great lurking from Beast Mode as well, but like you said, honestly, giving Gentlemates a taste of their own medicine, knowing when to lose the 50 and have somebody there ready to take it and take that follow-up shot is perfect. This could be a third one for them if they want to take it, but instead, 5 seconds left on the clock, still in play. Atomic just sends this one towards net, off the backboard, still up in the air, and this is not a dead ball yet.
Yeah, this is still a chance for Gentlemates. G2 don't have a lot of boost. In fact, almost none. Daniel just picked up 100, though, which is going to be helpful. Beast Mode tries to fake it out, and it does end up in a grounded ball. G2 come back from one down to win.
This is 4-0 win in favor of Gentlemates, so you had to do something different at this point. They definitely are slowly starting to figure it out. Tied series overall off the kickoff.
Well, Juicy just had a heavy touch there. Still got back to the ball first. I don't think G2 expected him to play the ball in that direction. Now, irritable bump pass coming towards Gentlemates net. Double commit, but no follow for G2. Gentlemates are looking nervous here. This is an extremely just jumpy performance by both teams. In game 1 and 2, we've seen double commits from G2. That's so rare to see. Gentlemates, in the end of that game, now started this one, looking like they're a little bit unsure of themselves.
Yeah, and having a shaky Gentlemates is a great position to put them into. It gives G2 the opportunity to play a little bit more confidently and comfortable, because I think in game number 1, it was the opposite. G2 looked a little bit shaky here. Beast Mode flicked that one forward. Daniel's already up, tries to spot Atomic. Atomic's just going to call himself off of it and say, hey, we play the patient game. Don't force what doesn't need to be forced.
Daniel's just putting up a masterclass right now of challenging effectively. He's not just brainlessly flipping into the ball as hard as he can, trying to win the 50, as you say, when you get it to go the same direction as your car. He's hitting the ball on occasion. That's almost a goal, but you'd back G2 to save that with all the bodies back. He's just driving past the ball when he needs to, demoing the man behind it, letting the ball go past him. It's such a brilliant performance so far by Daniel, who for me has been the best player on the pitch.
Oh, absolutely. And then on the other side of things, you got Juicy. That's the player that I did my ooh at, because I'm just like, he finally having his little mechie moments. That's where things start to shape up a little bit better for the Gentlemates. You see him lurking, but Daniel, your pick, all the way around, reset, over one, maybe a follow-up from Atomic. No, it's just going to stay in the hands of Juicy. Very, very back and forth right now.
Yes, it's going to be Daniel or Seiko for me. They're the two players I'm really watching to see who can make the big play. Juicy at times, like you mentioned, though, has been that guy for Gentlemates who's you know, when they need it, when they need that big solo play, he pulls it out the bag. Oh, that's a big miss, though. That's not a big play. It's a miss from Juicy. He had boost left in the tank when this ball went past him. Daniel over Itachi. Juicy had a full tank, and he misses, leaving it open for G2.
That's a hit, too, to your mental, just a tiny bit, because you know you had, you know, it just came down to patience right there, and he just went a little bit too quickly on it, makes the miss, and G2 go up by 1. Less than 3 minutes to go here. Not a bad place to be for G2. G2 usually hitting that 2 or 3 goal mark. A couple of their matches, they just went crazy on the goal line, but Gentlemates is another story. A little bit on the lower end, so we got to see when the response comes through.
Yeah, so interesting to see, you know, Gentlemates being, first of all, caught out by their own tricks in Game 2, and now massive miss at the start of Game 3 by Juicy. They've almost equalized there off the crossbar. Follow-up shot is just on the goal line. Oh, what a read by Daniel. He didn't panic. He just let it hit the bar, watched it the entire time, and then knocks it clear. Still, attack could be alive, but it's cleared by beast mode. That was close, but not close enough for Gentlemates.
Oh, man, this is just pure composure from G2. This is the G2 I wanted to see coming out the gates in the series right here. Just over 2 minutes left. Atomic gonna try and spot this. He does, takes his shot just a bit high. No follow-up from beast mode instead. Demo's coming out. A slow roller towards net. Itachi, thankfully, on the goal line. And somehow, Gentlemates don't turn this into 2.
Really important fake challenge there by Atomic just to stifle the counter-attack that Gentlemates were looking to get started. Atomic is known as the guy on this team who will fake challenge more often than not, leaving Beast Mode and Daniel to go head onto the ball when they want to. It's still 1-0 G2. Will Gentlemates find a way back into this? They've been scoreless for a while, going all the way back to the 1-goal lead they established in Forbidden Temple. That's off the bar, just a blue trail on it though. Saved by G2. Atomic again. Worst enemy defensively for Gentlemates.
It's a good attempt too. They're trying to spot each other and find it on in. The problem is it's just a little bit too obvious to G2 right now that you are going to try and spot each other. You're going to have to be quicker than that, or just demo someone off the play and find a great angle like Juicy's trying to do right here. Doesn't find it in, but my goodness, these are better, much quality shots.
Yeah, I would have loved to see the flip reset, double pass for a teammate there. That should be a goal, surely. No, Atomic can't get around it, ran out of boost, and it's going to save 1-0 for now. You know, we saw Fiber yesterday with a flip reset double pass into the middle. I think maybe Juicy could have gone for that there. G2 would have had a harder time making a save.
You could have telestrated that one for them. They just had to watch the pre-show.
They were watching the pre-show. We'll see. Yeah, we'll know if they're watching the pre-show when we take a look at their fist bumps later.
Right now, G2 just holding on to their 1-goal lead. 32 on the clock for Gentlemates to find 1 goal to tie things up. Try and force an OT right here in game number 2. Atomic clears this one out into the mid. Juicy tries to slow it down. But right now, G2, they're playing the closer game to the ball.
Yeah, G2 are just knocking the ball into safe locations. This is looking very good for them. Beast mode, cutting rotation multiple times to try and keep the pressure on Gentlemates. Itachi wants to find a teammate here. Juicy can't get a good shot on target though. It's Daniel on the ball, taking it past 1 and 15 of the second, and a large clear by Beast Mode puts it into Gentlemates territory, and they can't get back to it. G2 take 2 games in a row.
All right, the comeback has a Daniel losing a lot of those 50s to Beast Mode, and I don't know if Gentlemates were prepared for a lot of these little tricks up their sleeves that they haven't experienced them, because this is usually stuff that Gentlemates does to G2, so to have it handed at them makes things a little bit different.
Good save by Daniel. That's the Gentlemates special, just winning the kickoff to the side with that close cheek overlapping the play. Daniel getting back in time to make the save. That's, you know, been a direct goal for Gentlemates many times this season, but Daniel has just been a different level today. Man of the match for me so far by a fair margin. I mean, game 2 is a true masterclass in challenging the ball from Daniel.
I absolutely agree right here. Seiko, though, trying to set Itachi up. Fortunately, no spot on it, and there it is. Daniel, the bump off the play allows Beast Mode and Atomic to work together to try and take this one to the backboard. It's left for somebody to read. Daniel not in there in time. Beast Mode still keeping it going. He spots Daniel, tries to go for the angle. He wanted it to bounce up and back into the net. Unfortunately, angle just not found.
You know, if those plays start happening for G2, it's bad news for Gentlemates. But going the other way is Seiko. G2 trying to get those highlight reel plays started in offense, leave themselves open on the counter. Daniel turning to the backboard. And Seiko snipes top bins.
Oh man, I mean, it's kind of valid for Daniel. I mean, Seiko's taken this to the backboard so many times that it's not impossible to think that, oh, he's gonna try and do it again, but no, it's just too open at that point to not just take the free shot. And there's not one here for G2. Instead, Gentlemate's gonna try and find another one to build on. Seiko out to no man's land, falls to the hands of Daniel. But Gentlemate's getting back into it, now G2 falling behind.
Yeah, it's up to G2 to respond. They have done so already this series, coming from behind in game 2 to win. They've got a long, long time to figure out a way to do it. Gentlemates will be looking out for Daniel in particular in his ground game. He's been sneaky with his challenges. Demos from Daniel, bumps from Daniel, 50s from Daniel have just really plagued Gentlemates at times. And we know that there's probably going to be a pre-jump goal, Daniel passing the beast mode at some point. They can just pull that out in at least one of the games remaining. Right now, though, it's midfield back and forth.
Yeah, very back and forth game right now. Just over 3 minutes. A little bit of a quieter game, too, as well. Couple bumps coming out, low boost. And Daniel, the only one with anything to work with here. He's going to take that corner and try and just immediately cut and swing back. But Gentlemate's other plans slowly, like menaces, flick over one, trying to find their way into the G2 defense. Unfortunately, they just can't find anything, at least to make a second goal. 1 goal lead isn't a bad place to be. And G2 just haven't been given any opportunity other than to defend.
Gentlemates are trying to do what they did yesterday, coming back from 2-1 down against Vitality to win games 4 and 5. You know, you'd think that those would be the true games where the nerves are exposed. Games 4 and 5, the most high pressure. I mean, Gentlemates admitted to the interview afterwards, their hands were shaking. They were, you know, heartbeat going fast. In those high-pressure moments, those high-pressure games. But right now, they're putting up a more composed game than they did last time. So this is a step in the right direction for Gentlemates. They might have just done some controlled breathing between game 3 and 4.
Couple meditation moments in between matches right here, or I guess in real time, really. You got to teach yourself to just kind of chill out a little bit, and I think that's what's going on. Great composure, like I said. Keep going back to that word for them. However, G2 trying to disrupt that one here as they're forcing Gentlemates back just a tiny bit. And Daniel throws himself, means Atomic's up next. Great clear there from Juicy. And I do gotta say, Beast Mode has been getting a little bit more involved off the ball, but a lot of back-ended demos and bumps, so you can see the wheels starting to turn for G2.
Oh, that's a chance. And it's a goal for G2. Out of nowhere, 50 goes towards Daniel, and he gets there first. Juicy dunked on by Atomic. Itachi jumped thinking he could get there. Daniel completely dusts him to the ball, and G2 are just 1 goal away from winning and advancing to the playoffs.
Just a solid beat out. Less than 90 seconds and a goal from a lead. That's what stands between G2 and going 3-0 in the Swiss right now. Gentlemates gonna try and stop that, though, from happening. Juicy off the ceiling and down, tries to spot Itachi. Can't quite do it. They're doing their best to get around, but G2 just really ramping up the defense, trying to kill this ball as much as they can.
Well, that's a good 50 for G2. It's going to be hard for Gentlemates to do too much with this one. Itachi trying to double it using the underside of his car. Actually, it was the roof of his car flipped upside down. Very technical stuff. And G2 are looking dangerous coming the other way. Double commit from them, though. Chance for Gentlemates to counter-attack. There's the pass into the middle. It's well covered by Beast Mode. He spotted that one a mile away.
Not too bad right here, and that's almost a laser into the bottom of 90 right there, but crazy save coming out from G2 to keep them alive in this. 37 seconds left on the clock right here. Beast Mode reset forward, nothing into the tank, excuse me, as this one floats down into the hands of Seiko. He sees Itachi. He wants to just go one corner to the end at this point, because despite a tied game, Gentlemates looks so good and clean.
Well, you know, that shot caught G2 by surprise. I don't think they expected him to just snap it immediately towards the goal, but it hit the crossbar. Gentlemates could have had a goal lead there. Instead, it's G2 who are pressing for the late winner. Will they get it? Crucial touch by Gentlemates overhead.
5 seconds left. Seiko and Juicy working together. You see Daniel and Atomic trying to set themselves up. The challenge comes through. This one could hit the ground. Instead, Beast Mode pops it up. Daniel over to Atomic, catches it, hits the ground. We've got OT.
This looked like it was going to be another G2 masterclass mid-air passing play, but it drops through the ground. Overtime will decide game 4. Can Gentlemates make it game 5 for the second day in a row? G2 are just 1 goal away from advancing. And with how strong they finish tournaments, this would be the perfect start.
Yes, this is what they need to be able to get back into the swing of things, feel like their old selves. And you can see it, they're trying. Daniel leaves this for Beast Mode. Beast Mode taking his time with it. Itachi kills, but Atomic quick follow-up, which is what you want to see. And Daniel, even quicker, tries to put it in. Great touch there from Juicy.
And Juicy with no boost, able to cover the top corner there. It's a brilliant shot by G2, who are looking lively in OT. Beast Mode, automatic reset for him. And Juicy trying not to get dunked on as he looks to delicately take the ball across the box. Always a dangerous play to make, but he's backed himself, even in this situation, to have control.
I do like what I'm seeing out of Gentlemates. It is a little bit of a safer game, but they are keeping about 2 back past mid, just in case G2 get a clear or a carryover on in. Beast Mode completely bumped off the ball. Daniel's gonna get that boost, which could be big here. It's a setup to Atomic, and it's in just like that. G2 take down Gentlemates 3-1.
And once again, it's Daniel back corner play.